But not only 64 centers, but he established Gaudiya Math in the hearts of millions of people around the world. With his associates, reached all over. So there are so many things to discuss, so many things to say in glorification of such great personality. Because of his presence, because of his existence, this world got some existence. Otherwise, world has nothing to do. The world has no existence. The existence is because of his existence happened. Today we all chanting and we worshipping Mahaprabhu Radha Krishna all over the world. Here in Germany, in this mountain. All over the world, in caves, in mountains, in ocean. Hare Krishna devotees are everywhere. Who can imagine here in this one part, in the forest, in the mountain, we have this center and Radha Krishna is getting worshipped. And Mahaprabhu is getting worshipped. And so many deep topics of Radha Krishna which even Indians don't know. So much insight of Ram Leela. Those who born in India, even they don't know that. How everyone came to know this? Only because of the causeless compassion, mercy of this great personality, Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. We have some distinguished speakers and I'm going to request them to contribute, offering Pushpanjali. Any pastime, any tattva, whatever your heart inspires to speak on Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, I like to request Sripad Kanhaiya Lal Prabhu, please give some insight of the glories of Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada.
Amagyanatandasya Gyanansana Sadakayam Chakso Vanmiritanvina Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Gurave Guratannaya Radhikaya Tadari Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktayo Namo Namo. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutare Srimate BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Namane Srivasa Vanavadevi Daitaya Kipapte Krishna Sambandha Vikana Daine Papave Nama Madhurya Tsvara Premacha Sri Rupanunga Bhaktida Sri Gora Karuna Shakti Vikahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Simote Dinatarine Rupanunga Viradha Bhaktisidhanta Tantaharine Vansakalpadurvasya Kipasan Rupa Evacham Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. I pay my humble Dandavat pranams to my merciful spiritual master Srila Prabhupada Stutta Shita Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Pay my humble Dandavat pranams to all the acharyas in our Rupanuga Guru Parampara. Especially today, I pray to Nitarila Prabhupada Stutta Shita Sri Srimad BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. And to all the assembled Vaishnavas, headed by Pujapad Bhaktivedanta Siddhanta Goswami Maharaj. My Dandavat pranams. So, I have the privilege speaking first. That is my best part, because I can speak what I like and I don't have to take care what anyone else will speak. So, anyhow. Today we are celebrating Disappearance Day of Srila Saraswati Prabhupada. Such a wonderful personality. He is glorified and honored everywhere, in all Gaudiya Mats. Everywhere, in all Gaudiya Mats in the world today, it's a very big, special day, celebrating his Disappearance Day. He is called Jagat Guru, Guru of the whole world, because he actually brought Krishna consciousness in the whole world, like Maharaj just said. Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, how is it possible to describe such a personality? We can just pray to a drop of mercy to his lotus feet. If one speck, tiny little speck of his bhakti will touch our heart, then we will attain complete perfection. Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he was wonderful and extraordinary in every single aspect of his life. We have heard that he has come from the spiritual world. His name is Nayana Mani Manjari. Nayana Mani Manjari, which means the innermost of the eye. He is we are singing this bhajan, Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam, to glorify Srimati Radharani and her merciful sidelong glance. So this, the mercy of Srimati Radharani is shining through her eyes, is distributed to her eyes. And Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he represents that eye of Srimati Radharani, that merciful glance of Srimati Radharani. So therefore he is also called Kripamurti, the personification of mercy. So when Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he tried to rejuvenate the Bhakti Dhara, the river of Bhakti in this world. He tried to his utmost capacity to change the society and to re-establish the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this world. And he was successful, but he understood that alone I cannot do this kind of task. So therefore, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he prayed when he was in Puri. He explained that he prayed that one ray of Vishnu may appear in this world, one very special, empowered personality to help in this mission to again preach the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu everywhere in this world. And as an answer to his prayers and his endeavors and his bhakti, then in Jagannath Puri, this personality, Sri Srimad BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he appeared. At that time when he appeared, it was the Ratha Yatra time. No, it was. He appeared before that, but when it was time for to accept his first grains, at that time was Ratha Yatra in Jagannath Puri. And the Jagannath cart, big Jagannath cart, stopped right in front of Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house on the Grand Road. And Srila Gurudev said he stayed there like 2 days and he would not move. They tried to bring the army and even elephants to move, but cart would not move. Then at that time, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he brought his little baby son His name was Bimala Prasad. Why Bimala Prasad? Bimala is the Shakti of Lord Jagannath. And Prasad means the mercy. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur had prayed to Jagannath Dev and the Shakti of Sri Jagannath. He had given him this beautiful son, Bimala Prasad. So he brought his small child to the lotus feet of Lord Jagannath on top of the cart. And at that time, one garland fell down from Sri Jagannath upon this small baby presented to him. And Jagannath Prasad Kir was fed to the small baby. This was the first grains he took, was Jagannath Mahaprasad. And after that, Jagannath very happily continued his journey to Gundicha Mandir. So in that way, this is said when he took birth, Sri BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, even his navel umbilical cord was wrapped around him just like a Brahman thread. And he had natural tilak marks that could be seen. So in that way, that glorious personality, he took birth. And we have heard many times that how outstanding he was in every aspect, in his character, in his learnedness, in his bhajan. He was so intelligent that he would, whatever he heard, read one time, he would remember for the rest of his life. So when he wanted to learn English, he locked himself in one room for 1 month. He took one big English encyclopedia dictionary. And after 1 month, he came out and he could speak very sophisticated, high-class English that even English scholars, they were had some difficulty understanding his language which he was using. Whatever Shastra he would read, he would completely remember. And he was like the most brilliant scholar of his time. When he was just, I think, 14 or 15 or 11 years even, he invented one kind of stenography, one kind of short, some kind of language, that you could very easily write, like stenography. I don't know how to explain. Like that. And when he got a little older, he was very brilliant. He studied astrology. There's one book, astrology book, his name is Surya Siddhanta. This Surya Siddhanta, it is only for the most intelligent astrologers. It describes how to calculate the exact position of the stars and to make the calculations of times exactly right, which is extremely complicated because normally astrologers, they don't use this complicated astrology because hardly anyone can calculate it. Therefore, always it is like in all astrology schools, you see there's some acharya, he calculated at one time, and his followers, they use an easy calculation based on the calculation of the acharya. And after some many years, 100 years, then they use some correction that it still fits somewhat. So, but Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he was studying the Surya Siddhanta. Not only was he studying that, but he would write commentary on the Surya Siddhanta. At that time there was one argument, dispute among the scholars. So he was challenged and he was debating with one famous astrology professor about the astrological calculations, Surya Siddhanta, like that. And he defeated that scholar so badly that he, in fear of his reputation, they said he passed stool and urine, that professor. And so After that, the community, they gave Srila Prabhupada this title, Saraswati, because of his learnedness. And actually they wanted to give him the seat of honor in the university in Calcutta for astrology seat. And he declined. He said, I have not come in this world to count the stars in the sky. The life is meant for attaining the Supreme Lord and doing bhajan of the Supreme Lord. So he declined his offer. Still, they kept the seat as long as he was staying in this world. They kept that seat of honor empty. They did not give to anyone else. So they kept it for him. He was, in his youth, he was always following his father, Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati, carrying his books, accompanying him to all preaching and endeavors, and learning from him, studying from him. Later, he started preaching. His father gave him preaching facilities in Jagannath Puri. But his preaching was a little different than this of his father. His father, Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati, he was always very kind of liberal in his preaching, accommodating. He kind of used very soft language trying to accommodate everyone in his preaching. And Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati, he was like opposite. He was completely strong and uncompromising like that. So when he started preaching in Jagannath Puri, at that time big problems came, like many of the leading religion Babajis and scholars there. They got disturbed by his preaching because he was cutting their philosophy. And then it was like BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati actually had him take him out of Jagannath Puri, so that not too much disturbance would come there. Then he said, what should I do with this son of mine? How will he earn his livelihood? Then he made him the teacher of one king. The son, he was teaching, personal teacher of the son of the king. That for some time, but then the problem was that son of the king, he became detached from worldly life. He did not want to be king anymore. He wanted to become a renounced devotee. Then the queen, she became very upset. He said, he will make our son useless. Then give this teacher money as much as he wants, but he should go. Then Srila Prabhupada, he also, Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati, then he took him out from there. Then he was bringing him to Mayapur. At that time, Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati had manifested the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he had started building a temple there. So he made Srila Prabhupada in care of that place in Mayapur. He was thinking at least there people will come and visit Mahaprabhu's birthplace, then he can have some means of maintaining himself by taking care of that place. BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati, like a father with fatherly affection, wanted to take care of his son, but his son was meant for something else. BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati wanted then that he takes initiation from Srila Gokishore Das Baraji Maharaj. And Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati was the most brilliant scholar of his time. When he was young, he was member of one assembly, August assembly. They had made a vow for their whole life. Only someone could become member of that society if he would stay brahmachari for the rest of his life, never marry. So he was like that, brahmachari from birth, extremely strong, extremely learned. And he went to Srila Gopishola's Babaji Maharaj to take initiation. And he didn't want to give him initiation. He said, he is so much learned personality. I'm illiterate, I cannot read and write. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur insisted, no, you must take initiation from him. Then finally, he took initiation. Then, because his Gurudev was doing Nirjan Bhajan in Mayapur, then Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he did the same. When he started doing bhajan, he took the vow to chant 1 billion holy names. 1 billion holy names means you have to chant every day minimum 64 rounds, no, 3 times 64 rounds, like Haridas Thakur, for about 10 years. Then you chanted 1 billion names. So he did that for like 9-10 years it took him. And at that time he would only wear 1 piece of cloth. He would take bath in that same piece of cloth, let it dry on the body, eating 1 time in a day, very simple. So he showed such amazing and transcendental renunciation. After that he started preaching, and when he started preaching, and then he just took off like anything. So much empowered personality. Gurudev said he collected the cream de la cream, the best of the youth in India, from very high families, extremely intelligent and qualified young boys. Actually, we have heard most of them, or many of them, they even were sent by Krishna from the spiritual world to assist him in his preaching. Then he started preaching, and we see the result now of his initiative that all over the world devotees are now chanting Krishna's names and following Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings. Okay, there's so much to speak, but I'll stop here because we have many speakers. Pay my Dandavat Pranams, and I hope that one day I may become even somewhere shadow of his proximity, and to be in the association of his associates. This is the most wonderful thing. Even that will give all perfection. Srila Gurudev one time explained how the devotees at the time of BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, how strict, how renounced, how qualified they were. So we cannot compare like even a speck with the devotees. So, but somehow one day we may be able to meet him and also be able to do some service and have this association.
So thank you, Prabhu. Kanhaiya Prabhu described the glories of Srila Prabhupada. He spoke about his life history from the birth to the point of initiation. There is a great secret behind the initiation of Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. So we hear this story, not story but the fact, how Srila Prabhupada, he approached his Guru Maharaj, Shri Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj, literally begging him for getting initiation. And every time Babaji Maharaj rejecting him. Why Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Prabhupada accepted Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj as his Guru Maharaj? He travelled all over India and met so many sadhus But nobody was up to his standard. He was not impressed to see their intent of doing bhajan and even their methods of doing bhajan. Both important. The methods and the intent. After traveling all over India, when Srila Prabhupada came back, he was so sad. I have not seen one sadhu in the entire country. Imagine this. Imagine his level of understanding the nature and the conduct of sadhu. He been in Vrindavan Dham, which is a hub of sadhus. Kashi, Badri Dham, Shirangam, all these places, these are the hub of sadhus. And Prabhupada said, I didn't find one sadhu. Who can say this boldly? With this statement, we can understand his intellect and his standard of seeing or judging a sadhu. And then when he came to Navdeep Dham, he saw a personality who's crying and weeping and wandering on the streets of Navdeep Dham. Tears flowing from his eyes, and he's calling out, Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. Kothai go prema mai, Radhe, Radhe. Oh Radharani, where are you? Tomar Kangal, Tomar Dake, Radhe, Radhe. I'm your beggar. Dekha diya pran rakho, Radhe, Radhe. Oh, where are you? Where are you, Radharani? So he's just moving and crying, walking in the streets of Navdeep Dham, not even caring who's thinking what about him. Srila Prabhupada saw him and he understood. He's the sadhu whom I'm looking for. And one day he approached him. Srila Prabhupada approached Sri Gaurkishore Babaji Maharaj. Kindly initiate me. And Babaji Maharaj said, I'm going to ask my Mahaprabhu. This shows what? Babaji Maharaj has direct access to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He speaks to him. I will ask him. But I don't see you as a proper person to get initiation. That was a dhakka. Prabhupada got hurt hearing this. Who can say these words to me? Prabhupada is the one who gets glorified everywhere. Every areas. As we heard from Kanhaiya Prabhu describing astrological department of India. He vacated his seat for Prabhupada by hearing his theories and philosophies. He said, I can't sit on this seat if a personality like you present on this planet Earth. But Prabhupada rejected that. I'm not here to count the stars in the sky. That's not my mission. My mission is very high. Yeah. Prabhupada, who in his childhood, he already got Harinam from Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Veda Puranas on his steps. Who knows so many languages. And Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj said, you are not qualified. In the life biography of Prabhupada, Saraswati Jayashri, which was published during the time of Prabhupada and was sanctioned by Prabhupada. Everything is written in that book is completely true facts. Prabhupada sanctioned that, his own biography. Generally, biography is only after when Acharya leaves. But his disciples, they made his facts, his life history, and Prabhupada sanctioned that. And there is written. Prabhupada got shocked. He said, what? Who is this personality who can say that I am not qualified? I who know so much. And that made Srila Prabhupada more and more strong to get initiation from him only. And every time Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj rejecting him. Every time. Why? That's the big question. Because the inside story is Shri Babaji Maharaj is thinking, how can I initiate a personality who is so dear to my Mahaprabhu? I can't do this. Means BhaktiSiddhanta Prabhupada is associate of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and is Nayanmani Manjari of Radharani. I can't do this. This is too high to initiate. Means he has to become my disciple and he has to follow my instruction. No, he is the one who is so dear to my Prabhu, Mahaprabhu. How can I initiate him? And that's why Babaji Maharaj was rejecting him. Of every request, Babaji Maharaj is rejecting him. Then finally, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he approached Babaji Maharaj and said, this boy going to die. Because that day on, Prabhupada started Chandrayan Vrata. Chandrayan Vrata means, as we are waxing and waning of moon, Srila Prabhupada start giving up his prasadam, his eatings. And he's only surviving on water and air. He became so skinny. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur told Babaji Maharaj, this boy will die. And Babaji Maharaj said, if you saying this, if you ordering me, then I can initiate him. Otherwise I can't. So this is dealings amongst great personalities, higher authorities, not ordinary dealings. Babaji Maharaj is not giving initiation because considering him to be associate of Mahaprabhu. Yes or no? Because Mahaprabhu appeared in front of his own person, Prabhupada, and ordered him to go and preach. This shows Prabhupada is direct associate of Mahaprabhu. Babaji Maharaj feeling reluctant, keeping that humble mood. I can't initiate him. But then why you initiated? Why he initiated him? With this mood to serve Mahaprabhu. If an associate of Mahaprabhu is coming for any service, I can't deny that service. I want to serve Mahaprabhu by initiating him. Before, reluctant to give initiation, keeping humble mood, but again giving initiation to serve Mahaprabhu, to please him. Because as we are hearing from so many days, how Mahaprabhu can get pleased? Only by serving as associates. So giving initiation is also serving Mahaprabhu. That's the reason Srila Prabhupada, after the initiation from Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj, he took this very seriously. I want to establish what my acharyas, Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj and Bhaktivinoda Thakur, instructing to me. A little glimpse of his pastime, as we heard from Kanhaiya Prabhu. Now I request Hemant Prabhu, please come on the hot seat and express your thoughts. And no, sit here. It's a hot seat. And I'm just, excuse me for 1 minute, I'm going to check in the kitchen what they're doing. I'm hearing you. Sit on the seat.
Shri Srimad BhaktiSiddhanta Narayan Goswami iti namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shri Srimad BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Swami iti namine. Let's do some Kirtan first. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Oh Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada. I'm not a public speaker, and Maharaj Ji put me in a hot seat, so yes, I can speak privately, but in publicly I get sweating. So, I request, please forgive my offenses, and so Kanhaiya Prabhu spoke what I wanted to speak, so so Maharaj Ji, can I get excused because you both spoke everything? Anyway, no, but I have to because I would like to honor some of my Pushpanjali into the lotus feet of BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada on such an auspicious day. It's the Viratithi, and believe it or not, only Gaudiya Sampradaya is the one which I think they celebrate Disappearance Day, like in generally Hindu religion or any other religion. Nobody celebrates Viratithi. It's very auspicious, and it's something we feel like all of our acharya, they come here for a purpose and then they go to the Nitya Leela. So it's how Prabhupada ji said, go back to Godhead. So it's very auspicious to follow these tithis, Viratithi. And so what do I say? There was a reason Maharaj Ji has been speaking about the Mahaprabhus coming to the earth and preaching these special and tasting himself these special moods, and how Mahaprabhu preached and he gave these duties to our 6 Goswamis to preach these Krishna Tattva and about his internal mood. After those 6 Goswamis, then Jeev Goswami took it upon us. After the Jeev Goswamis, then Jeev Goswami sent his own Shiksha disciples, Narottam, Srinivas and Shyamanand Prabhu, to go and preach. And believe it or not, those days were not like today. They literally handwrite all those scriptures and thousands of copies. There were no photocopier at those days, there was no paper. They had to write on Tatpatra and all that. So it was such a hard work. And after that, then few hundred years of dark period. Then I think Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad and Baldev Vidyabhushan came and revived this Mahaprabhu's movement. After that, again, few hundred years of gap. And in those days, when Bhaktivinoda Thakur came, actually it was a very dark period for our movement. Nobody wanted to follow Mahaprabhu's preaching because there were more than 13 Apasampradaya who literally distorted the name of Vaishnava Sampradaya. Nobody wanted to call, actually, they were calling, I heard Gurudev class that they were calling Vaishnavas just for doing some kirtan on the death anniversaries and things like that. It was really bad named, and there were some Jati Sampradaya, there were over 13 plus Apasampradaya, Jati Sampradaya, Sakhi Sampradaya, Aul Baul, and they were speaking all nonsense and following nonsense. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur took upon us, and he tried his level best. He wrote many books. He महाप्रभु की स्थान का उन्होंने वो किया, and then he was praying very hard, and he prayed to Jagannath ji that please give me some help. I don't need the whole sun, I just need one ray to preach. And Jagannath ji told in his dream Bhaktivinoda Thakur to pray to Vimla Devi, because Vimla Devi can fulfill his desire. Even though Bhaktivinoda Thakur has over 10 sons, but he really prayed hard to Vimla Devi, and I think Bhaktivinoda Thakur's wife Bhagavati, they prayed to Vimla Devi for a son who can help him cut this Mayavad, cut this all this nonsense and preach, help him preach. So when this son born, they gave him name of Vimla Prasad. Prasad is the offering, and so Vimla Devi on his name. And at the age of and then Prabhuji spoke about how Jagannath ji Rath stopped at their house. Their house actually, if anybody has been to Jagannath Puri, so very close to Jagannath Puri temple, their house, Bhaktivinoda Thakur house, and now I think it's Chaitanya Gauriya Math. So that math is there, where that stopped for 3 days and 3 nights. And then only when Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they tried everything, and only when Bhaktivinoda Thakur brought the Vimla Prasad on the lotus feet of Jagannath ji, and then that flower garland fell, then only they could move the chariot. And I think they did a Ruchi Pariksha after that, and on the Ruchi Pariksha, Gurudev was speaking that it was not like today's Ruchi Pariksha. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur put Bhagavatam very far and all these things, but Vimla Prasad was only and only aiming for Bhagavatam. So at the age of 7, actually, he was memorized and a scholar in Bhagavad Gita and everything, and followed Bhaktivinoda Thakur everywhere. Then Maharaj ji spoke and Prabhuji spoke about his Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. Actually, I even heard from Gurudev's class that because Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj was treating Bhaktivinoda Thakur as a Siksha Guru, so and Bhaktivinoda Thakur approached him to give initiation because he was doing Chandrayana Vrat and he was really becoming very weak. So he accepted as that reason also, because he is my Shiksha Guru and he is ordering me to give initiation. So I should do that. And then when Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj was doing his Nitya Leela pastime, so see, I'm sweating, I'm not used to these things. But this pastime is very special to me, so I would like to speak. So when Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj left his body, he was saying before that drag me to the street of Navdeep and do this and that. So literally the Babajis of Navdeep Dham, they wanted to do that. They were tying him through the rope, and they wanted to pull his naked body through the street of, and then when BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada heard, he roared. He was like, you guys are all nonsense and not bona fide. I'm the only bona fide Shishya. Then actually police came and a lot of the higher people came, and then Bhaktivinoda Thakur challenged them, all these Babajis, that okay, if you have done brahmacharya or celibate for 1 year, then you can do that, and nobody, and then he said 6 months, and then nobody came. he says even 1 week nobody came forward, and 1 day nobody came forward. Then all the police people and all that, they say, yes, you are the bona fide and you can do. So that's how Bhaktivinoda Thakur did properly the samadhi for his Guru Gaurkishore Babaji Maharaj. So this is one incident which, what else? Oh, another one. Because Maharaj has been establishing how a proper acharya does many roles, then correcting too. So one of a very interesting pastime, BhaktiSiddhanta Thakur had many amazing disciples. So one of a brahmachari who has left his home in early days and is being his disciple and living in the mud, he left his home and everything, and he gave up everything for BhaktiSiddhantaji, and he got some illness, serious illness, and he approached on his last few days that I have given up everything, and I think now since I'm going to leave, I want to go and see my mother. And BhaktiSiddhantaji says, no, you should not. And he says, because you have given up everything to serve the mutt, and you have given everything for higher purpose, and if you go back, your mother will catch you through her love, and a lot of things can happen, and I don't want you to give up everything, and then at the end, when it's time for you to go to a higher place, and dragged back into the material world. So he did not approve. But then when only 1 day or 2 days left of his departure, BhaktiSiddhantaji told him, you should go and see your mother, I don't want you to die in Dham. And that was pretty harsh, and he sent him through his sevaks, a couple of other guys that he came to. He didn't want to go, and he just take him to his home. Everybody was feeling, and it was very hard. But then, and he left his body in the train. And then when those sevaka came, and they asked that, Prabhupadaji, why did you do that? And Prabhupada said, because if he would have given up his body here, but his mind would be thinking about his mother. And now, since I abandoned him and I told him to go, his mind was in the Navdeep. So what matters is at the moment. So that shiksha is such an amazing shiksha that, it looks pretty difficult. When I was reading and listening, it looked pretty difficult. But when they explained, and it is amazing that how Durdrashtita Prabhupadaji had, and he showed these in many places, that, I was thinking about, his betterment, because if he would have died here, he would have been only thinking about his mother, that he wouldn't seen, and, he would have all that. But now, since I told him to go, and he was thinking about Dham, so he left his body thinking about Dham. So I think that's it, Maharaji. I sweat enough.
So what, 1 o'clock? We are not going to give you. Last day or what?
Last day of festival, so we are here to hear from you.
Kitchen department? How long? For Bhoga, how many more minutes?
Almost finished.
Almost finished. Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki? Sleeping? Srila Prabhupada ki? Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki? Okay, very interesting question. Is obedience is good or disobedience is good? Huh? Generally we say obedience is good and disobedience is not good, right? Parents, they expect what? Of course. Yes, Macha. In spiritual world, disobedience has great values. So what I'm saying is disclaimer, don't apply, don't try at home. Or don't apply with your Gurudevs. The preaching of Krishna consciousness around the world and millions of devotees around the world is just because of disobedience of Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Prabhupada for his Gurudevs. As I said, don't try at home. Disclaimer here. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, never you ever establish any centers. That was a direct instruction to Srila Prabhupada. Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj, his Guru Maharaj ordered him, never make disciples. And never go out of Mayapur. Don't go to Calcutta. Always stay in Mayapur. And if we see in the life history of Srila Prabhupada, in one sense, in a general sense, he disobeyed these three orders. The disobedience of this order, three orders, the result of this disobedience is preaching all over the world and establishing centers, not 64 centers only in India, but it's more than 1,000 centers, Namhatas, 2,000 centers around the world because of disobedience. When the intent is very pure, when the intent is actually to serve, then disobedience is also worthy of praise. When the intent is very pure, when the intent is to serve, when the intent is to dedicate, when the intent is to just give one's life and soul to serve one's spiritual master, then disobedience is worthy of praise. Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, not from the subtle point of view, but from the gross point of view, he disobeyed his Guru Maharaj, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Never establish centers. Otherwise, you will get so much entangled with court cases and fights and all that. But the Prabhupada, he moved a step forward and established centers. 64 centers in our country, India. Just in India. And through his associates, his disciples, he established centers all over the world. So, Srila Bharati Goswami Maharaj used to say, did he disobey his Gurudev by establishing center? No, he obeyed his order. Sometimes disobeying is also obeying. There's a very sweet, loving relationship between Guru and disciple. Very sweet, loving, intimate relationship. Where disobeying is obeying. And first class disciple who disobey the order of Guru. Don't try this. Because we already disobeying. Every day, every hour, every minute, we already disobeying. It's not for us. It's for those who already obeying everything. And when they disobey, then it's glorious. As I was saying yesterday, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he honored Jagannath Mahaprasad without following any rituals, the daily practices. And Mahaprabhu said, I conquered the 3 worlds. There are many who don't take shower, rinse their mouth and they eat. That is not glorious. But one who is already established in that and then gives up, then is glorious. Gives up means for the pleasure of one's Ishta, one's worshipable. Prabhupada, he he knew very well what is the mission of my worshipable Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, even though he's manifesting Grasta Leela, household, and 11 children, but he was on the stage of Paramhansa. He's showing the ideal example of a Grasta ashram. And his contribution to this world is BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Because Mahaprabhu declared, Prithvi te ache nagaradi gram sarvatra prachar haive morana. The prophecy of Mahaprabhu. Everywhere in the entire planet, my name's going to be propagated. Whenever a Lord declares something or announce, then all his energies, they come and fulfill those orders. And if Mahaprabhu is saying this, his most prominent potency, energy is Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidanand Namne Gaur Shakti Sarupaya. The embodiment of Gaur Shakti. Gaur potency is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And he is the one who introduced Gaur Dham, means Shri Navdeep Mayapur Dham, Gaur Naam and Gaur Kam. 3 most important factors. By writing books, by writing songs, by discovering the birthplace of Mahaprabhu and the places of pastimes of Mahaprabhu. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. But extensively preaching that is done by Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Prabhupada. And Hemant Prabhu was saying, in our Gaudiya history, 3 Prabhutrais, Narottam, Shramanand, Srinivas Prabhu, they are the ones who started extensive preaching, outreach. And after these 3 Prabhutrais, the preaching is done by Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Whereas in between these, all other acharyas, they were so busy in their bhajan, in seclusion, and contributing so much by writing the philosophy, the manobhishta, inner heart desires of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in their books. But there was a time now to propagate this, to preach this, to distribute this. So to fulfill the mission of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, whose Rupanuga Varayate, the best amongst all the Rupanuga. What is the meaning of best of all Rupanuga? One who's holding the responsibility to spread the mission of Rupanuga Dhara, the stream of Rupanuga Acharyas, means Rupa Goswami, whose mission is not different from the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why Rupa Goswami is Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam, one who fulfills the Manobhish of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You see, this is a line. Everything is aligned. So Srila Prabhupada, he took this, a great responsibility on his head. I want to fulfill the mission of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, which is aligned with the mission of Rupa Goswami, which is aligned with the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's Rupanuga Dhara. And for this, Nayan Mani Manjari, because in spiritual world no one is selfish. There is always selfless love. And selfless love means to depute the service, the sevas to others also. Radharani alone, she is the one who is serving Krishna the most. And she is the only one who can satisfy Krishna. Ka Krishnasya pranay janibu Shrimati Radhika eka. Kasya presya anupam guna Radhika eka nacha anyam. No one else can fully satisfy Krishna or serve Krishna. Only Radharani alone. She don't need any assistance. She don't need anyone else. And if Radharani is not there and everyone else is there, Ras cannot take place. If Radharani is not there and all other millions of gopis are there, Ras cannot take place. The center of Ras, that means the center of satisfying Krishna is only Radharani. She don't need anyone assistance. But that's her mood. Selfless love. She expands those pastimes. She expands the services of Krishna, and she deputes those services to her own sakhis to give them pleasure. How they can derive pleasure? By serving Krishna. She alone can do everything, but then she deputes. No Lalita, no Vishakha, Champak Lata, Sudevi, Rangdevi, Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, Kamala Manjari, Nainmani Manjari, all that. Similarly, she Nainmani Manjari also have so many assistants to serve Rupa Manjari. And therefore Srila Prabhupada BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Thakur alone can accomplish Brahman Tarite Shakti Dhare Jane Jane. He alone can deliver the universes. He has that much potency. Imagine, Nainmani Manjari is not ordinary human being. His dear associate of Mahaprabhu, alone he can do this. But this is a nature. They want to depute this. So, he called upon all others who help him and assist him in serving Shri Rupa Manjari. Everyone. And therefore all those disciples of Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada expanded those services and they are helping and assisting him to accomplish this. Accomplishing what? The names of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the doctrine of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu philosophy can go each and every, not only country, town or village, each and every hearts. Prabhupada took this responsibility. And he accomplished this. As I'm saying again and again, not only alone, but all his associates with him, disciples with him. He can do this alone. But then he sent Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada to Western countries. Whose potency, he infused, the infusion of energy was there in all his disciples. Therefore, he established centers. Whereas Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, no need to establish center. But Prabhupada vision, far distance vision. I know who's going to come in those centers. Perfect people? No. Center is not for those who are perfect. Centers are there for those who are imperfect, to attain perfection. So imagine if many imperfect people together, conditioned souls together, there is always clash of nature. There is always going to be something or the other. But even in that collusion and fusion, please close the door, kitchen door. Didi, please close the kitchen door. Kitchen door. I'm a little hyper. Keep one guard there. क्या बोल रहा था? वो भाव खत्म हो जाता है सारा. What I was saying? So that all those imperfect beings, conditioned souls, can come together. And even in that collusion and fusion, someone will really come up and advance in bhakti, advance in Krishna consciousness. And he said, even if one person, with all these endeavors and efforts, even if one person can go back to Krishna, everything is accomplished. All endeavors, all efforts accomplished. Even if I can make one person go back to Krishna, who is averse to Krishna. This is the point. So if someone is thinking that by joining a center or becoming a member of the center, there is always a chance of fall down. Better I should not. Rather I should stay away, far away from this. Then Srila Maharaj, Bharti Goswami Maharaj used to give an example. A student who got failure in his 5th grade, 3 times failure in 5th grade. Is he better? Or another boy seeing that if I go to school, I also get failure there. So that's why I don't want to go to school. I should not go to school. Who's better? Failure is better. My God, why not? Why? Failure is never better. He tried and he got some experience, right? That's the vision of Prabhupada. Centers will be there, problems will be there, fights will be there, cases will be there. But everyone, individually, collectively, going to learn a lot and gather experience and develop a sanskar which is going to help, the impression which is going to help in the next lifetime. No loss. Everything is gain. There will be no loss. This collusion of natures, that's all. But gradually everyone is going to develop more and more samskaras, the better samskaras. And correcting. To correct oneself. That's the mission of establishing centers. So disobedience is actually not disobedience there. It's actually fulfilling the mission of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, his heart desire. I want Gaudiya philosophy. Gaudiya pathao ghare ghare. Send Gaudiyas each and every house. Gaudiya means the Gaudiya Patrika, the magazine Gaudiya, which was very famous during the time of Srila Prabhupada, and also Gaudiya Bhaktas, who are going to go each and every house to establish what? Gaudiya Siddhanta. What is the need of establishing Gaudiya Siddhanta? Srila Prabhupada used to say, Prithvi te dharma name joto katha chale, Bhagavad kahe paripurna chale. On the name of Srimad Bhagavatam, all those philosophies which are prevailing on the planet, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, all these philosophies are what? Chal. Deceitful propensity. Cheating propensity. Only Bhagavad Dharma is the pure and purest. All other philosophies which are aligned to Srimad Bhagavatam, they are bona fide. But those who are not aligned to Bhagavatam, they are fake and they are cheating people. Srila Prabhupada's bold statement, Prithvite dharma name joto katha chale. On the name of religion, dharma, all these religions which are going on, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, they are cheating. Because they are not delivering the correct message. And Srila Prabhupada was against this, completely against this. So, Gaudiya Siddhanta, so important to know and very important to follow. So, establishing centers means where everyone can come together and hear Gaudiya Siddhanta, Gaudiya philosophy, and then according to one's adhikar, qualification, advance in Krishna consciousness. So is this called disobeying? It's called fulfilling the mission of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Then Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj ordered him, don't make disciples. Srila Prabhupada said, I never made disciples. I never made any disciple in my life. What are you saying? You have so many. Thousands. Srila Prabhupada said, they are not my disciples. They are my what? Vipad Udar Bandhu. Vipad means difficulty, calamities. Udhar Bandhu. They are my well-wishers who are there sitting in front of me in this difficult time where where with their presence I have to maintain my good conduct. If they are not present, I may go to bad conduct and bad ill thoughts. But because they are present in front of me, I have to show off that I am a good devotee. So they are my well-wishers, they are my friends. And actually they are my gurus who are teaching me that I have to follow my good conduct. I have to follow Bhagavad Dharma and I have to only preach Bhagavad Dharma. So they are teaching me with their presence. So I don't see them as my disciple even though they are my disciples. No. Then this question was being asked to Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Gosai Maharaj, one of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. That if your disciples are your gurus, then why you chastise them? It's just by saying that your disciples is your guru and well-wisher and friends, then why you chastise them? He said exactly as Krishna being Supreme Personality of Godhead and his mother Yashoda chastised him for the well-being of her son. I don't want my son to get spoiled. So that chastisement of Mother Yashoda towards Krishna is only for the well-being with the pure intent to serve him. When Maya is taking cane in her hand, that is serving Krishna. In spiritual world, everything is reverse. Cane in your hand means you're serving. That's the service of Yashoda Maya to Krishna. That's the affection, vatsalya of Maya for Krishna. Similarly, if Srila Prabhupada, even though addressing his disciples as his well-wishers, friends, and those who are with their presence, inspiring me to follow the proper conduct. If there is any correction or chastisement, that's like an affection and service to the disciple. Because it's not the disciple who serves Guru. In real sense, it's the Guru who serves disciple. Understand? It looks like disciple is serving, oh Gurudev, I'm cooking for you, I'm bringing plate in your room, I'm washing your plates, I'm washing your clothes, I'm serving you. Service of disciples like us for our Gurudev is very small little service in comparison of what he is giving to us. He is serving disciples. It's just like you all are parents, most of you are parents. So is a child is serving the parents or parents serving the child? Parents serve child. Similarly, Guru is serving disciple. By planting the seed of bhakti in the heart and then nourishing that seed. And he wants that seed, the bhakti seed, can grow like a creeper and goes to Golok Vrindavan, take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. Until then, Guru never keep quiet and is always so restless to train his disciple with all means. With giving affection, giving love, words of encouragement, inspiration, and also correcting and chastising, and to some extent, as Gurudev, slapping also. All these are in the frame of vatsalya, affection. So that's the affection of Srila Prabhupada for his disciples. What kind of affection? I give you example of my Guru Maharaj. Serving day and night in publication department. In the section of Srila Prabhupada, you have to chant 64 rounds every day, which takes like 7-8 hours. And Guru Maharaj is serving all day and night in publication, printing books, producing books, writing articles. And is finding so difficult to follow this order of chanting 64 rounds a day. So he approached his Guru Maharaj, means Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Prabhupada, with a humble request. If you give me permission, if you allow me, can I chant less than 64? Because there is so much service to do. And when BhaktiSiddhanta Prabhupada heard this, he said, how many hours you sleep? Guru Maharaj said, sometime 4 hours, sometime 5 hours. That's all. Not in noon, complete in 24 hours. And what was the reply of BhaktiSiddhanta Prabhupada to Guru Maharaj? From tomorrow, sleep 2 hours. I don't want to hear you chanting less than 64 rounds, including your services which I've given you. Can you imagine? If we get this order, it's like a thunderbolt. Mar gaya. This is the affection. It looks little harsh, but there's affection in that difficult instructions. So, looks like he's disobeying his Guru Maharaj, Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj, by making disciples, but he's not making disciples. That's the instruction or the order of Babaji Maharaj and Prabhupada. Never go to Calcutta, always stay in Mayapur. Calcutta is the place of Kali Yuga, where there is so much adharma, sense gratification. And Srila Prabhupada said, I never ever stepped in the city Calcutta. I'm always in Mayapur. Then how you establishing so many centers all over the India? How you traveling all over India if you never leave Mayapur? What is the meaning there? Huh? Yes, Naina, very good. She said, it's the mind. You are where your mind is. This is one point. Another point is, no matter wherever you go, in the entire world, or even if you go to Swarga, or even if you go hell, if the mission is, if the intent is to serve the mission of Mahaprabhu, you are in Mayapur Dham. Yes. If the intent is the preaching Gaudiya Siddhanta, preaching Mahaprabhu mission, then you are in Mayapur. You are not out of Mayapur. But if anyone is in Mayapur and the intent is Germany, or the mind is in Germany, then he is not in Mayapur. You are where your mind is. You are here and your mind is in Seattle, what's happening, my home, then you are in Seattle, you're not here. These are the inside details in the philosophy, in the words, in the preaching of Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Prabhupada. Go deep into this. So these are some very high class principles Srila Prabhupada is establishing. But how he's resolving some issues which was happening in the center, which happens everywhere actually. So at Chaitanya Math, Mayapur, the storehouse where all grocery, everything is kept, was kept. There was always some issues with the temple, or say the person who is taking charge of the storehouse, the caretaker of the storehouse. He can't maintain the records because devotees walks in and they just grab whatever they want. The next day, if they want that particular ingredient, that's not available. So it's finding so difficult, but no one can come to Srila Prabhupada to complain. He never likes to hear any complaints. He used to say, I'm not here for complaints. As Gurudev also, many devotees used to come to him. My wife fighting with me, my husband fighting with me. Gurudev was tired hearing this. He said, I'm not here for your court cases, for your marriage issues. I'm here to give you something very high. And you're just pulling me down with these small, silly things, which I have nothing to do in that. I can give you something so high. So take from me that high thing, not that small, resolving your family issues. That's not my purpose. If you are here in this material world, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. You can't avoid that. That's the nature of this world. So don't live here, then go. Choose some other planet where there is no issues. Which planet? Swarga, there is more issues. More than here. Then where should we go? Chalo. सब चलते हैं. कहाँ चलें? गोलोक वृंदावन. No issues there. No quarrels there, no fights there. Only loving quarrels are there. You know loving quarrel? Quarrel is there when there is some scarcity. So today, Sachi Mata, under her guidance, so much cooking is going on. Yeah. So imagine if there is, we are like 100 devotees here, imagine if there are only 30 sweets to distribute amongst 100. That is going to be a quarrel. Everyone should get equal share, right? Pieces. And if we see someone is getting more than me, ooh, envious, jealousy there. But imagine if, like we are 100, and imagine if there are 2,000 sweets. The person who's serving, if he's putting like 5 in your plate, you're going to tell him, put to my neighbor, put 10 more. Because there's ample supply. There's no restriction there. This is the difference between material world and spiritual world. There is abhav, there's scarcity here. And whenever there's scarcity, there's always quarrel. But in spiritual world, there's no scarcity. Everything is so much there. So much service. So everyone is happy there. So Srila Prabhupada, never anyone was coming to him for any complaints. He don't want to hear those complaints. But there is something going on in the temple, and how to resolve that issue. Prabhupada heard this, that this is happening, and every day some issue is happening like this. How to solve this? So he never used to order anyone something. How he resolved that? Next day, early in the morning, when he know very well that the storekeeper, he goes out for shopping, marketing, he knows the timing. At that particular time, he went inside storehouse, which he never ever used to go. He entered there and looked here and there, and is calling out the name of his disciple, the storekeeper. Let's say Krishnadas. Oh, where is Krishnadas? Krishnadas, where are you? Krishnadas. And he's calling out loudly, everyone is hearing. They were surprised. How come Prabhupada is storehouse today? What's the matter? And he's calling out the name Krishnadas again and again. They all came out. Everyone is there out. Prabhupada wanted everyone to come out like this. And Krishnadas, he came back from market. He threw his bicycle, hearing that Prabhupada is calling him. And moment he entered, this is the point. Moment he entered the storehouse, he saw Prabhupada coming out. And all residents are looking. And Srila Prabhupada only said one sentence. Krishnadas, I'm sorry, without your permission, I'm not supposed to enter in storehouse. That's all. And that was the answer to everyone who was watching there. Samjhe baat ko? Prabhupada, who's guru, he's telling his disciple, I'm so sorry, without your permission, I'm not supposed to enter storehouse. That means if Prabhupada is saying this, that applies to everyone. So he don't have to chastise anyone. This is chastisement. This is personal. This is how. So expert in resolving this. Today his disappearance day. Let me narrate something about this. He's manifesting sickness pastime in city Calcutta. But as I said, he's not in Calcutta. He's in Mayapur. Sickness pastime. My Guru Maharaj, Shri Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, and other brahmachari called Paramanand Prabhu, they both were serving Prabhupada in different shifts, morning and night. My Guru Maharaj was serving him in night shift. So my Guru Maharaj was serving his Guru Maharaj with Vapu and Vani Seva both. Means publication. Throughout his life, writing articles in publication, and then when there was a need, he also served Srila Prabhupada in his sickness pastime. So in night shift, Guru Maharaj was serving him. And once upon a time, a thought came in his mind that if Prabhupada will leave us, what's going to happen to us and to entire world? We're all going to become orphans. What's going to happen if Prabhupada? So he was feeling pain. So he came close to Srila Prabhupada, to his lotus feet and placed on his chest. And Prabhupada just asked, K means who are you? And he said, Prabhupada, Ami, Pranavananda. And then Guru Maharaj, he asked, Apni keman achen? How are you doing? How are you feeling? Prabhupada said, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Guru Maharaj understood he don't want to get disturbed with any talks. So, Srila Prabhupada crying and weeping all night, just chanting. Crying and weeping on the bed. So in the morning when the shift was over, Guru Maharaj came out. Like other days, he used to go in his room and get ready for his mantras. But that day in the morning, that day means January 1st, 1937. Guru Maharaj came out from the room, but he was staying outside the room, was not going to in his own room for a shower and mantras. And he's feeling something, some restlessness. Something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. I'm feeling so restlessness. Something is there. And within 3 minutes, a shout came from inside. Prabhupada has left. Prabhupada left. Brahmachari shout. And Guru Maharaj immediately ran inside and saw Prabhupada left this planet. January 1st, 1937. 5:30 am. And there was a big shout that Prabhupada left, that everyone came running in the room. The news spread like fire everywhere in the world. And surprising fact, all the clocks in the temple got stopped at 5:30 am. All the clocks. Every room clock, every wrist clock, wherever his watches, everything stopped there. 5:30. Surprising. So astonishing. So everyone is crying and weeping, chanting Mahamantra. And then they arranged Srila Prabhupada to take from Calcutta to Mayapur in a train. The whole train got booked. And thousands of people hanging in the train. There's no room inside. And there's so many stoppage from Calcutta to Krishnanagar. The train going not back to Mayapur, from Calcutta to Krishnanagar got stopped in every station where devotees of Prabhupada was waiting for his darshans. And the whole train station platform was full of crying of people and flowers. And they also like jumping in the train. There's no room left in the train. Imagine, thousands of people together. And then Srila Prabhupada was taken to Mayapur Dham, where we have the Samadhi Chaitanya Math. And Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharti Gosai Maharaj, he was reading Chaitanya Chaitamrita, the Nirjan of Sri Haridas Thakur, how Sri Haridas Thakur, he left this world. And Srila Prabhupada was given Samadhi there. On this day, Disappearance. Everyone was so disheartened, disappointed, what to do. We are like orphans, there is no one. So everyone started playing their own roles, preaching, continuing the service of Srila Prabhupada, because the service of Srila Prabhupada is present everywhere. I mean, the presence of Srila Prabhupada is present in his services. So all disciples of Srila Prabhupada took his instructions so seriously and they start preaching all over to fulfill the mission of BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, following his idols. A brahmachari in the center complaining to Prabhupada, temple in charge, that I want to buy $1 shoe, $5 shoe, and in charge is only giving him $1 shoe, and he's fighting with it. Why? I cannot get $5 shoe. The news came to Prabhupada. Then he wants to know what is the matter. Srila Prabhupada said, the in charge said, because I bought $10 shoe for another brahmachari, ABC, whoever, and he also want to buy the same quality, but he don't deserve that, and he's making issues. Srila Prabhupada heard this and he said, there is no confusion here. One who got $10 shoe is from such wealthy, rich landlord family that he used to donate $50 every month. For him, buying and wearing $10 shoe is his renunciation. And for this brahmachari who is eager to get this $1, $5 shoe, is from such a poor family, he was not even getting 2 meals a day. For him, wearing this $5 shoe is his enjoyment. So getting $5 shoe is enjoyment and getting $10 shoe is renunciation. Understand? Getting the point? So like Param Gurudev, Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, from rich landlord family. For him, wearing, just giving one example, $10 shoe is renunciation. But if anyone who is from very poor family, hand to mouth, nothing there to eat, and he is fighting to get that $5 shoe, is his enjoyment. This is how Prabhupada used to establish what is renunciation and what is enjoyment. Once upon a time, before Mangal Aarti, he was standing at the porch, and the pujari, he opened the door, and Prabhupada, he wants to see the deities, Mahaprabhu and Gandharvika Giridhari, Chaitanya Mat. So he's going like this to see the deities because it's the setup is too narrow. So disciple told Srila Prabhupada, oh, it's so difficult to see all deities together. So we're going to break this wall and make a big gate to see Radha Krishna. Srila Prabhupada smiled. He said, with your eyes, you cannot see Radha Krishna. His Harikatha is always on his steps, like immediately starting Harikatha with hearing any one single topic. Ata Shri Krishna Namadi na bhaved grajindre sevan mukhi jivado swayam me smriti mana. Krishna cannot be perceived with your eyes. But when you are sevan mukh, means when you are serving Krishna, especially engaging your tongue in the serving of Krishna, by chanting Krishna Nam, then Krishna will reflect, Krishna will show you. So don't try to see Krishna with your eyes. Trying to see Krishna with your ears. More and more you hear about Krishna, more and more you are conceiving Krishna in your heart. In your heart. More and more. Hearing is the process to see Krishna. This is introduced by Srila Prabhupada. The Gaur mantra, the Gaur Gayatri which we are chanting, Srila Prabhupada introduced this from the Vedas. We get initiation in Gaur mantra and Gaur Gayatri. This is given by Srila Prabhupada. He introduced this. What is the definition of Maun Vrata? The vow of silence. keeping quiet is not Maun Vrata. Prabhupada said this is not Maun Vrata. Then what is Maun Vrata? The vow of silence is what? 24 hours speaking about Krishna is actually vow of silence. That's the vow of silence. Just keeping quiet, this is easy. You know, many people in Vrindavan, in Kartik they take this promise. I'm not going to speak a month. So they just keep quiet. This is not glorious. The glorious is speak 24 hours only about Krishna. Chant about Krishna, speak about Krishna. Try to do this. Can't do it in 3-4 days. Finish. That shows your tongue is not controllable. You have no control over your tongue. Because you can't speak about Krishna. You can keep quiet, that's easy. Prabhupada introduced this. The vow of silence is speak about Krishna day and night. And it's not that he's saying he did this. Done 10 years, day and night. 10 years. We can't even do 1 week. Try do this in Kartik. 1 week, 22 hours chanting Hare Krishna. 2 दिन में गिर जाएंगे. Can't even do 2 days. Even if I try 2 days, I'm going to sleep 10 days. Prabhupada did this. 10 years non-stop chanting. Another pastime. He's riding on a car. So one of his disciples, he brought him to Radhakund, and Prabhupada was on this car. And at Radhakund, one local person, Brajvasi, he said Raghunath Das Goswami, because Raghunath Das Goswami Samadhi is at Radhakund, right? He said Raghunath always was seeking mercy of Brajvasis, so I bless Raghunath. I'm giving my mercy and blessings to him. Prabhupada heard this. He was so upset. How dare this person can speak about my Guru Varga, Raghunath Das Goswami. I want him to ask forgiveness. Otherwise, I will not eat a single grain. He has to come and ask forgiveness right in front of Raghunath Das Goswami Samadhi. Otherwise, I'm going to die starving. I'm not going to eat anything. Everyone said, Prabhupada, he's just a stupid person. Don't give gravity to his words. Prabhupada said, yes, I should not. And I would have not. If I am an ordinary devotee. But I am playing a role of Acharya. I am playing role of a Guru. If I can sit on car and getting this facility to preach, then I can also protest and oppose this person who is speaking so rough about my Acharya, my authority, Shri Raghunath Das Goswami. If I would have been a simple, ordinary person, then is no issues. But I am playing a role of Acharya. I can't tolerate this. And actually Prabhupada stopped eating. He stopped eating. Then his disciples running here and there finding who is that person. Then finally he found him and spoke with him philosophical point and defeated him. Finally he came and asked forgiveness. Not only to Srila Prabhupada, but also not only to Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, but also to Srila Prabhupada. And then Srila Prabhupada, paying obeisances, he did parikrama of Radhakund and did obeisances to Raghunath Das Goswami. And then he took first time he took that prasadam after many days. How strict in his principles. There was one scholar. Like in the pastime of Mahaprabhu, Keshav Kashmiri, he wants to get this Jai Patra, means a letter of victory from everyone, signed by everyone, to pose himself that I am the best amongst all the scholars in the country. So this particular scholar, very learned, he was also getting this Jai Patra. You know this Jai Patra? In previous days, those scholars, they used to have one, say like a notebook, and they go visit all the scholars, the well-known ones, and have debates, arguments with them. And we defeat that person. And if I get defeated, I have to sign that I accept my defeat. Yeah, it's called Jai Patra. So he is traveling all over and getting these signatures from all scholars. Finally he came to Calcutta. And he heard a lot about Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Lot about him, that he's the best. I want to defeat him and get his signature by him. So when he came to the ashram, in a very rough language, he's asking the disciples, where is Siddhanta Saraswati? Where is he? And they ask, what is the matter? What brings you here? And he said, I am here to have debate with him. What he thinks about himself. I want to see how much he knows. And here's a notebook, means that Jai Patra to sign. Get signature from him. Then the disciples, they said, on what grounds? What are the points you want to discuss and debate? Let's have debate here. Because Guru Maharaj is resting. So this scholar, while he was coming to the ashram, the center, he was thinking, I heard a lot about him. Maybe he's also best. But because he's not Brahmin and he's initiating Brahmins, I don't agree with him. So in 1%, if I get defeated by him, I'm not going to pay obeisance to him because he's not a Brahmin and I am a Brahmin. So he didn't send this to anyone, it's just in his head. So when disciples started speaking with him, debate started, this point, that point, he started literally shaking and sweating. Because disciples were not less. And he's wondering, if disciples are like that, then what to speak of their Gurudev? Then he became polite. He accepted his defeat and teared part his Jai Patra. He said, can I see your Guru Maharaj, Shri BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, respectable? Then they took him in the room of Srila Prabhupada, where Prabhupada was not resting, he was chanting in a very grave posture. You always see Prabhupada is sitting in a very like Padmasana in very grave posture and mild smile on his face. Broad chest, broad forehead, all symptoms of Mahabhagavat. Arms touching his knees, long arms. That's a symptom of Mahabhagavat. So when this person, he saw the form of Srila Prabhupada, his posture, he can't resist. He paid obeisances to him. Flat obeisances on the ground. And Prabhupada just said one sentence. You're not supposed to pay obeisances to me. Why are you paying obeisances to me? And he was, what? How he came to know what was there in my mind? Because he didn't say this to anyone. And Prabhupada only spoke this word and he mild smiled. This scholar, he paid obeisances to Prabhupada and accepted him as his Guru Maharaj. He became his disciple. So Prabhupada conquered many people like that. Many great personalities. Like Bhakti Gaurav Vaikhanas Goswami Maharaj. He's sannyas guru of so many of our Guru Maharaj. My Guru Maharaj took sannyas from him. Srila Madhav Goswami Maharaj got sannyas from him, many. He was very intellectual and more like a tantric. Very perfect in tantras. Srila Bharti Goswami Maharaj, when he used to speak with us, telling his stories, we were like scared. Because he used to like control ghosts. And on the cremation ground, he used to sit on the dead body and chanting mantra and the dead body raising hands like this. Tantric. He knew so many mantra, but also very intellectual. So many shastras. And he used to worship sun. And that was his promise that if I don't see sun, I'm not going to eat. So here's some perfection, some siddhis. Once upon a time he was in train and it was cloudy like this, grey everywhere. He was not eating. Yeah, so it was a long journey, 1 day, 2 days, something like that. He was not eating at all. So a person came with a basket of fruits and he said, everyone is eating in the train, why are you not eating? A stranger came to him and he said, I don't feel like eating because there is some reason why I'm not eating. And the stranger, he pointed out from the window, look outside. So when he looked through the window, the cloud, what do you call it? Parted ways, and he saw sun for like 1 minute and again the clouds came back. And when he turned around, that person was not there and a basket of fruits were there for him. So imagine that personality. And he was in Mayapur Dham, he came to visit Mayapur Dham and he was chewing pan. And he was in the boat. You know, when we crossed from Navdeep to Mayapur, crossing Ganga on the boat. So he spit in the Ganga. And Srila Prabhupada was also there in the boat. He only said one single sentence. That Ganga to whom everyone come to worship. And that Ganga flows from the lotus feet of the Lord. And even Shiva keeps on his head. How bad treatment of the Ganga is. Just this much. And Prabhupada, he got off from the boat, started walking. And he became so restless. Who is this person whose words affected my heart? Simple words. Anyone can say this. But that words, so much gravity. Or most of the time I say infusion of energy. And he was so attracted, he is finding out from local people who was that personality, the tall personality who was on the board. Then they said it's BhaktiSiddhanta Prabhupada. When he came and met Srila Prabhupada, he paid flat obeisances to him and accepted initiation from him. You know? Bhakti Gaurav Vaikhanas Goswami. One of the 18 sannyasis of BhaktiSiddhanta Prabhupada. Yes. So that was the personality of Prabhupada. Vandana karite moi kato shakti dhari tamo buddhi dosh mat dambh matra kari tathapi mukera bhagya mane ravlas dosh khami nijadhame karo nijadas. How much we can describe with this material senses and limited understanding of this great personality whose every word, whose every sentence, whose conduct, whose talks, whose preaching is not of this material world. It's all, even the words he used to use was from the spiritual words. If you want to see this, then see the commentaries on Chaitanya Charitamrita, what Prabhupada is writing. The commentaries on Chaitanya Charitamrita. What he's writing, what words he's using is not common, unparalleled. Gurudev used to say, it's so difficult to understand what BhaktiSiddhanta Prabhupada is writing. So difficult. So difficult to understand. And if you read the commentaries of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, so easy to understand. Very mellow, polite, soft, And Prabhupada, as he was saying, totally opposite. Strong. In Jagannath Puri, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, when he was superintendent of Jagannath temple, he used to give lectures there. And even the local people used to come and hear Bhaktivinoda Thakur, like 80, 100 people every day. Local. It's so rare to get local people to hear. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur, very polite, reconciling all religions, but establishing Gauriya. So once upon a time, because he was magistrate, 150 years back, magistrate, he used to go for some official work, and he told his son, Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Prabhupada, you continue. You continue lectures. Prabhupada said yes. And he told Prabhupada, be careful. I don't want to lose my audience. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur left, and Prabhupada started. Next day he started speaking. And his speech is like thunderbolt. 50% audience out. Because everything, what you listening, what you doing is sense gratification. It is vision. Everyone is gratifying the senses, gross or subtle. Even hearing Harikatha, speaking Harikatha is sense gratification. In subtle vision. Next day, another 30% out. Third day, another 10% out. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur came back the fourth day, and it's only 2 persons sitting there. And he asked Prabhupada, where is my audience? He said, I don't know. I was just speaking what you taught me. I was just speaking what you taught me. They're all out. Because the way his presentation, never compromising with anything. No compromise with anything with Rupanugadhara. No compromise. Strict, straight. Because he said, I never compromise my conduct in my life. So I don't compromise anyone speaking anything aside from Gaudiya philosophy. Rupa Anugadhara. No compromise there. That was the personality. Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, today is Disappearance Day. Paying obeisances and praying to his divine lotus feet. Even that is not our adhikar. But at the dust of one dust from his lotus feet. As we say, Shirupa Manjari Pada. One dust from the lotus feet of Shirupa Manjari. Similarly, one dust from the lotus feet of this great personality, Srila Prabhupada. If we get in any one lifetime, that life will be the most successful life. Right now it's not happening. We are in the process. At least we are hearing about him. We are speaking about him. But to follow him is very difficult. For those who don't want. Param Gurudev used to say. For those who don't want, for them it's difficult. Those who want to follow, it's very simple. Because he's hard from outside, but inside, so soft. Like flower. So because we have our own issues, we have our own anarthas, mind your own anarthas. Not mind your business, mind your own anarthas. We have our own personal issues with our senses, with our mind, urges. So that's why we are not able to comprehend this. But praying, please help us doing this. Because he's the founder of everything. Establisher of everything. Srila BhaktiSiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada ki, his Disappearance Day ki, Srila Gurudev ki, Tai Gaur Premanande. We're going to continue glorification in the evening session. We have many other speakers, and I'm also going to speak in the evening. For now, we're keeping up here. It's too late. We have to do Arati also, and then Prashadam. Gaur Premanande.